So before the video begins, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the video, Fan to Fan Network. Now, what the Fan to Fan Network is a network for you guys, for the fans, giving you unbiased and real analysis and perspective. If you guys are tired of the mainstream media, if you're tired of the same old watered down biased takes, and you want a different perspective, unbiased, uncut, and real, make sure that you guys go ahead and check out the Fan to Fan Network. They're going to be streaming live streams almost every day on Twitch. The link will be down in the description, in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out the Fan to Fan.
Growing up as a kid, all a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from.
What is up, everybody? It's JT Sportsman at you guys with another video. In this video, I'm here with my 2020 Baltimore Ravens NFL record prediction. Going to be going game by game, giving my prediction on what the Baltimore Ravens record in 2020 will be. Now, before I get into it, make sure that you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Little NFL videos and college football videos daily. So, when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, I think the Baltimore Ravens may have the best roster in all of the NFL. Now, a lot of people may disagree with that. They may say the 49ers or a couple of other teams, but I mean, hands down, the Ravens have one of the more talented rosters in the NFL. I mean, they didn't really lose nobody that noteworthy other than Marshall Yanda. But other than that loss, I mean, this is basically the same team that they had last year. And on the defense side of the ball, they even got even better. I mean, you bring in Patrick Queen, linebacker out of LSU, and you also bring in Calais Campbell. So, I mean, this is a Baltimore Ravens defensive line that's going to be one of the best defensive lines in all of the NFL. And this is an offense that should continue the success that it had last year. And a lot of people think that Lamar Jackson, the Ravens offense, is going to regress because they think people are going to, quote, quote, figure out the Ravens offense. Let me tell you something before I get into it. Just because Tennessee stopped the Ravens, just because the Chargers stopped the Ravens a few seasons back, doesn't mean every team's going to be able to do what Tennessee and the Chargers did to stop the Ravens in the playoffs, because not every team is equipped to stop the Baltimore Ravens. So, I mean, you can game plan for it all you want to, but just because you game plan for something, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to have the talent to stop it. So, Week 1, the Baltimore Ravens are at home facing the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to take the Ravens to win that game there. I think the Browns are going to be pretty good this year, but I mean, with the whole pandemic that's going on and things like that, we don't really know how much time the Browns are going to have to be able to prep and get the new offense and system down and things like that. And I know the players are probably on the Zoom video call and things like that, learn the playbook and things like that, but you also got to get some and real life repetition. So I think the Browns may start the season out a little bit slow. So I'm going to take the Ravens there at home. Now week 2, they play the Houston Texans on the road Sunday at Houston. I'm going to take Baltimore to win that game. I think Houston is going to take a step back compared to what they have been the last few seasons. And we saw what happened last year when the Houston Texans played the Baltimore Ravens. It wasn't even close. I don't think Houston gets blows out. I don't think Houston will get blowout in this game, but I do think the Ravens will win this game by a pretty comfortable margin. Week 3, they probably face up in the game of the year. They're facing the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I'm going to take Baltimore to win that game. I think Baltimore can win that game. This is a game that is going to be at home. I feel if Kansas City was at home, then I probably would take Kansas City. But I'm going to take Baltimore to get the win there. So they start the season out 3-0. Now week 4, they got to go on the road and face the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins are a team that I feel could beat the Baltimore Ravens. I want to take the Ravens to win this game, but I don't think Ravens fans should overlook the Washington Redskins, because I think the Washington Redskins do have the personnel to stop this Ravens offense, because this is a Washington Redskins defensive line that is really good. They got speed on the edge as well. So I think the Washington Redskins could pose a little bit of a threat to the Baltimore Ravens, because they have a lot of depth. They can rotate guys in and out, and the Baltimore Ravens aren't really going to gas the Washington Redskins defensive line like they're going to be able to do most of the teams in the NFL. Now they got to play the Cincinnati Bengals. I have them winning this game versus Cincinnati. I like the Bengals a lot, but I don't really know. I just don't think the Bengals are going to be able to get the job done against the Ravens. Week 6, they're going to be playing the Philadelphia Eagles on the road in Philadelphia. This is tough. This is a really tough game. I'm going to take Baltimore. I think Baltimore is going to be able to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a game that really is a toss-up. I really like the Eagles as well. I think the Eagles have one of the best rosters in the NFL as well. That's a toss-up game, but I'm going to take Baltimore to win that game. Now week 7, they're going to face the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I'm going to take the Ravens to win that game as well. Yeah, I'm going to take Baltimore to win that game. They are at home. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to get swept. I'm just going to go ahead choose Pittsburgh to win that next matchup, that Week 12 matchup, because I think Pittsburgh is a really good team. And the Steelers, last time they played, came really close to beating the Baltimore Ravens. And we're not talking about the last game of last year when the Ravens had basically their backups in. I'm talking about when the Ravens were playing the Steelers early on in the season, and Earl Thomas knocked out Mason Rudolph and Doug Hodges had to come in. And you got to think, if Juju Smith-Schuster never fumbles the football, Pittsburgh most likely kicks a field goal and wins that game. So I think that the Steelers and the Ravens split. I don't see the Ravens sweeping Pittsburgh this year. Now they get a bye week 8, which I think is a pretty good bye week because that's pretty much the middle point of the NFL season. So coming off the bye week, they got to face the Indianapolis Colts. I think they beat the Colts there. Now week 10, they face the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, like I said, Bill Belichick, he's going to have another look at this Baltimore Ravens offense. He's probably going to go back and watch the film from last year. He's going to see the Baltimore Ravens offense just basically do whatever they wanted to do against the New England Patriots. He's going to watch the tape. He's going to be a little bit more prepared, but ultimately I'm going to take Baltimore to win this game because it's going to be on the road in New England. I know it's really tough to beat New England because, you know, a lot of crazy stuff happens on the road when you go and play New England at Foxborough. But overall, although Bill Belichick is probably one of the best game planners in the NFL, probably NFL history, I just don't think the Patriots defense is just equipped to stop this Ravens offensive attack. So now week 11, they got to face the Tennessee Titans. Can this be a revenge game? Can this be the game that the Ravens get the revenge? I'm going to take Tennessee to win that game. I think the Ravens can pull that game out, but ultimately, I just like Tennessee. I think Tennessee matches up really well. I know a lot of Ravens fans are going to be like, no way we lose to the Tennessee Titans twice. Well, I mean, you never know. And I know the Ravens offense is going to be different compared to what it was last season. But I mean, when you look at Tennessee has the personnel. They have the depth up front to stop this Baltimore Ravens offensive attack. So I think the Tennessee Titans could beat the Ravens once again. I already got Pittsburgh splitting the series with Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore sweeps Pittsburgh. Week 13, Thursday night, they got to play the Dallas Cowboys. So I got them winning that game versus Dallas. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are really going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, it could happen. They have the talent, but ultimately, I just don't think Dallas' secondary is going to be able to stop this passing attack of Baltimore. I don't really think they have that personnel. I think Dallas defense may take a little bit of a step back. Now, week 14, they face the Cleveland Browns Monday night. I'm going to take Cleveland to win that game. I don't think Cleveland gets swept by Baltimore this year. So I just think this division is going to be a lot tougher compared to what it was last year. The Browns, they played them early on in the season. Now the Browns are going to be in the later part of the season. Early on, they struggled because they didn't really know the offense that much. Now they should be hitting their stride. The Browns have talent. There's no way Reds fans would be like, no way we lose to the Browns this year. The Browns have talent. The question is, do they have the coaching to go along with it? I believe in Kevin Stefanski. So I got the Browns split in the series with the Ravens. Week 15, they play the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to end up winning that matchup there. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't really going to be that good. This pretty much should be a no contest at this point. Week 16, they're going to be facing the New York Giants. They're going to be at home once again. I got them winning that game as well. So you got the Ravens there. At this point, they're going to be 12-3 at this point in the season. Week 17, they got to face the Cincinnati Bengals on the road in Cincinnati. Baltimore, I'm going to take them to win that game. If Baltimore could lose that game if they choose to rest their starters or something like that. But ultimately, if we're just being realistic and we're just playing in with the fact that the Baltimore Ravens are, starting all their starters, they most likely should win that game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So overall, I got the Baltimore Ravens finishing the season with a 13-3 record. I think that's pretty reasonable. Game less compared to what they did last year when they went 14-2. And like I said, this is the Baltimore Ravens team that could end up going undefeated. And I mean, a lot of these games could pretty much go in different directions. I mean, they could sweep the Browns. They could beat Tennessee in a rematch, but I just don't see that happening. I really like Tennessee and how they match up front with the Baltimore Ravens. So this is it for my Baltimore Ravens 2020 NFL record prediction. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section down below. And I mean, like I said, the Baltimore Ravens, they could go 16-0. I've been seeing a lot of people saying the Ravens could go 16-0, but I don't think they sweep Cleveland. Like, they can get one early on in Cleveland because the Browns are learning a new system and things like that. But Cleveland has fared pretty well against the Ravens over the last few seasons. So I think Cleveland could split the series there. They split with Pittsburgh without a doubt because I don't think the Ravens are going to be able to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers twice. And especially, I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to lose to the Ravens at Heinz Field. I don't know. I don't think the Ravens are just going to sweep Pittsburgh. Like, Pittsburgh has one of the better rosters in the NFL. They're pretty good defensively, and they came really close early on in the season last year to beat the Baltimore Ravens. So I think they can split there. But overall, 13-3, they're still going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. They're going to have one of the best records in the NFL. So this is it. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.